Hari Om. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadguruve Namaha. Since 1980, the United Nations World Tourism Organization has celebrated World Tourism Day on 27th of September every year. The purpose of this day is to raise awareness on the role of tourism within the international community and to demonstrate how it affects social, cultural, political, and economic values worldwide. The late Ignatius Amadua Atigbe, a Nigerian national, was the one who proposed the idea of marking September 27 of every year as World Tourism Day. We all know the COVID 19 pandemic has had a massive social and economic impact. Both developed and developing economies have been hit, and marginalized groups and the most vulnerable have been hit hardest of all. The restart of tourism will help kickstart recovery and growth. It is essential that the benefits this will bring are enjoyed widely and fairly. UNWTO has therefore designated World Tourism Day 2021 as a day to focus on tourism for inclusive growth. This is an opportunity to look beyond tourism statistics and acknowledge that behind every number there is a person. WNTO invites its member states as well as non members, sister UN agencies, businesses, and individuals to celebrate tourism's unique ability to ensure that nobody is left behind as the world begins to open up again and look to the future. Now, let us hear from our students.
India offers geographical diversity, attractive beaches, 37 World Heritage Sites, 10 biogeographic zones, 80 national parks, and 441 sanctuaries. The country's big coastline is dotted with several attractive beaches. This boosts the tourism sector in India and it has emerged as one of the key drivers of growth among the services sector. Today, India is the preferred destination for both overseas and domestic travelers. It provides the facility to tourists of international origin to understand and experience our cultural diversity. According to Indian official estimates, the tourism in India has outperformed the global tourism industry in accordance with the growth, volume of foreign tourists, and even the revenue. This makes India stand third in the WTTC Travel and Tourism Power and Performance ranking. In FY20, tourism sector in India accounted for 39 million jobs, which was 8% of the total employment in the country. By 2029, it is expected to account for 53 million jobs. Travel and tourism industry in India is one of the most profitable industries in the country and is credited with contributing a substantial amount of foreign exchange. It has also helped the growth in other sectors like horticulture, handicrafts, agriculture, construction, poultry and aviation sector. The Indian aviation market is said to be very large by FY30 and would accommodate both Indian and Middle East carriers, says the CAPA advisory. It definitely has a huge growth potential. Viewing the industrial scenario, reports see a $460 billion contribution to India's GDP by 2028. Today, there are 562 million domestic tourism visits. The industries are widely distributed in places like Hyderabad, Assam, Delhi, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Puri, Amritsar, Chennai, Kolkata, and many more. Given this, India should seek to actively support the tourism sector as the sector contributes an estimated 10% to the Indian economy and is our biggest ambassador to the world. Given opportunities in the tourism sector, it can act as an engine to revive growth and showcase brand India to the world. Thank you. This is Sulip Thakkar signing off.
Hari Om. Tourism in Odisha is one of the main contributors to the economy of India. With a 500-kilometer long coastline, mountains, lakes, natural biodiversity, and rivers, Odisha is one of the major tourism sectors of India, with various tourist attractions ranging from wildlife reserves, beaches, temples, monuments, the arts, and the festivals. With ecotourism turning out to be a better alternative to provide a livelihood for the people in remote areas, the Odisha government has approved an action plan worth rupees 30 crore for development, upgradation and creation of new tourist destinations. Odisha ecotourism has recorded 96% growth in footfalls and 49% growth in revenue generation during the last 2 years, while providing a decent alternative livelihood to the poor. It has also enhanced economic activities in the community. Conservation of forest and nature is turning out as a sustainable treasure for the community. So, on the event of this tourism day, let's discuss some places to explore in Odisha. And yes, the place on the rank number 1 is none other than Puri. When we talk about Odisha, the first place which strikes our mind is Puri, popularly known as Jagannath Puri. It is famous for the Jagannath temple, which is one of the 4 dhams of Hindu religion. Consisting of beautiful beaches, it is the place where religion meets nature. So, a must-visit place if you are in Odisha. On rank number 2 comes Daringbadi Hill Station. Popularly known as the Kashmir of Odisha, Daringbadi is the only place in the state which experiences snowfall during winter. Gifted with natural resources, it is a must-see place for pine trees, coffee plantations, and serene valleys, along with the hillview parks, botanical gardens, waterfall, and emu farming. Echoing valleys and wonderful meadows make Daringbadi a summer retreat for nature lovers. Located in the Kandhamal district, this place is accessible by rail and road as well. On number 3 comes Bhubaneswar. It is the capital of Odisha, also known as City of Temples. It has one of the oldest rock edicts, Khandagiri and Udaygiri. On number 4th is Chilika Lake. Chilika Lake is a brackish water lagoon spread over the Puri, Khorda and Ganjam districts of Odisha on the eastern coast of India at the mouth of Daya River flowing into the Bay of Bengal. It is India's largest and world's second largest coastal lagoon. You can find river dolphins and other animals and birds too. It's a paradise for bird watchers and nature lovers. Bhitarkanika Mangrove Forest. The alley between the meandering creeks and rivers houses the second largest viable mangrove ecosystem of India. It's 672 kilometers square of mangrove forest and wetland, providing home to well over 215 species of birds, including winter migrants from Central Asia and Europe, giant saltwater crocodiles, and a variety of other wildlife inhabit this ecosystem, which is one of Asia's most spectacular wildlife sanctuaries. The park is home to the endangered saltwater crocodile, white crocodile, Indian python, king cobra, black ibis, darters, and many other species of flora and fauna. On number 6 comes Konark. It is the site of the 13th century Sun Temple, also known as the Black Pagoda, built in black granite during the reign of Narsimhadev I. The temple is a World Heritage Site. The temple is now mostly in ruins, and a collection of its sculptures is housed in the Sun Temple Museum, which is run by Archaeological Survey of India. Konark is also home to an annual dance festival called Konark Dance Festival, held every December, devoted to classical Indian dance forms, including the traditional classical dance of Odisha and guess that's Odissi. Last but not the least comes Gahirmatha Beach. Odisha's coast has the world's largest known rookery of olive ridley sea turtles. Apart from Gahirmatha Rookery, two other mass nesting beaches have been located, which are on the mouth of rivers Rushikulya and Devi. The spectacular sight of mass congregation of olive ridley sea turtles for mating and nesting enthralls both the scientists and the nature lovers throughout the world.
The COVID 19 pandemic, which was first reported in Wuhan's Chinese city, has affected almost every sector of the economy. Among all the sectors, the travel and tourism industry has stumbled to a greater extent. This industry has contributed a striking 2.6 trillion to the economy before COVID 19. Being hard hit by the pandemic, it has lost around 7.7 billion jobs, of which highest being the US contributing 15.8 million jobs. This global pandemic has increased unemployment rate to 15%, which is twice that of global depression. This industry is set to suffer an 81% of fall in revenue as restrictions are still available across the world. There was a drastic drop in the travel spending, which is expected to cause a predominant impact on the economy with a loss of 1.2 million. Travel and tourism industry in India has been a significant contributor to the country's GDP. The sector even generates large employment base. By mid-March, popular tourist attractions started to close down, and the news on putting a halt on flying began to make rounds. We all started to predict the grim future of the travel industry in the country already. On account of coronavirus, the Indian tourism and hospitality industry is expecting a potential job loss of around 38 million. In the third week of March 2020 itself, the hotel sector saw a decline of more than 65% in the occupancy level as compared to the same period in 2019. With international and domestic travel on halt, demand for turbine fuel has substantially decreased. Indian Association of Tour Operators estimates the hotel, aviation and travel sector together may suffer a loss of about 85 billion, keeping in mind the travel restrictions imposed on foreign tourists. Impact of COVID-19 would be felt on both white and blue collar jobs. India's outbound and inbound travel will witness an all-time low. The restaurant industry in India is expecting almost zero revenue in the immediate terms and a drop of 50% in the months to come. Where the severe impacts COVID-19 pandemic has had on the tourism industry.
The pandemic has significantly changed the tourist attitude. Personal sanitization and hygiene are now being given first priority. Traveling patterns have also changed. Nearby places and short travel are some of the new trends emerging in this sector. The impact will continue for some time more, but with immediate and long-term planning, economy can be rebalanced and re-energized. Instant relief measures need to be taken for those that may fall through the cracks during such times. Certain steps by the government and the industry need to be taken together for the revival. As the situation is improving, government should ease tourist and visa policy to promote tourism in less affected COVID-19 hotspot and issue guidelines for the tourists. Government should focus on sanitization and tidiness of tourist places and destinations. Building and retraining the workforce to handle such pandemic situations needs to be done. Attractive and affordable tour packages should include yoga and meditation as they are very important immunity boosters. Now it cannot be business as usual, but domestic tourism is a new and coming opportunity which may initiate the revival of this industry. Another positive and promising note is the festive season is setting in and reports are informing that more tourist enquiries are being better as compared to previous months of the pandemic period. This October People are planning their holidays as the durations are short and the situation is improving. As the recent travel bans are being lifted around the world, travel is coming back close to normal. More and more vaccines are being administered, which are making people less afraid to travel. So this festive season may mark the revival of this industry, and after a long time of this pandemic period, the Indian tourism industry will be back to normal. Thank you. Hariom.